I'm Allison Loudermilk, ACMC's Referral and Community Outreach Coordinator. I thank you for coming to another monthly episode of ACMC's Wellness Kitchen. Today we have Brendan from
Hospice of the Western Reserve.
Hospice of the Western Reserve is here. We partner up a lot. We do a lot of things with the Hospice of the Western Reserve. We were planning an event coming up, and he was telling me that he's Irish.
Very Irish, yes.
And so I said, I think that's wonderful if you come out and we'll do an Irish dish.
Yes.
So he had originally given me a family recipe, which was a soda bread, and he said that you said your mom said it was a little hard to make.
Yes, it can be tricky. It was passed down through generations, so I guess it's pretty tricky to make. So,
okay, well, I said if your mom makes it and it's pretty tricky to make, I'm probably not the girl to do it.
Right.
So we've settled on an Irish stew for you today. So we're excited to get started and do some cooking for you. We have cheated and we do have one prepared. But we're going to go through the motions and get some cooking down. With the Irish stew, we're going to brown some meat. You can either do lamb or beef. We did some beef, we browned it, and that's going to give us the base for all the leeks and onions and everything we're going to get ready to cut up. So do you want to do a leek or the onion?
Do the leek.
Okay,
do the leek. We'll start
go ahead and start off with the leek.
Okay, there we go.
And you know what, I'll go ahead and start the onion right there. So how long have you been with Hospice of the Western Reserve?
I have been with Hospice of the Western Reserve, now 13 years.
Is that right?
Yes, 13 years, yeah.
Right.
So when I first started off, my first 2 years I was an admissions representative.
Okay.
So going into people's houses, explaining services, getting them signed up for hospice. And then the last, 11 now, I've been on the marketing side of things. I'm a provider relations manager or a marketing manager. So on that side of things.
You know Hospice of Western Reserve
yes,
very well.
Yes, very well. Very well, yes.
You are the guy to talk to. You're the one who's helped me with the wonderful things that we've collaborated with and partnered up with Western Reserve.
Absolutely.
You know what? I think I get a lot of people are, they think when they call hospice, it's like your end days.
Yes.
And I understand that everybody thinks that I have to be immediately sick and immediately on the end of life. But I always tell people they seem to miss out on a lot of the services hospice offers if they wait to the very end. Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah. So in order to be appropriate for hospice, 2 physicians have to certify that you, given your the progression of your disease, that you'd have 6 months or less to live. So like I said, when I was doing admissions going into folks' homes, sometimes they'd think, oh my gosh, this is am I passing away tomorrow? Or the family thought, oh my gosh, we're going to be taken away somewhere. And that's just totally not the case. Like I said, it's 6 months or less. Sometimes it's even longer with our services, our clinical teams involved. So yeah, that's not the case. It's just the final days.
Sure. So Hospice of the Western Reserve has been in Ashtabula County for a long time.
Quite a while, yes. So Hospice of the Western Reserve, we are a nonprofit hospice. We're actually the only nonprofit hospice that serves Ashtabula County.
Okay.
We've been around since 1978, so this is our 46th year of serving the community.
Wow.
Yeah, so quite a while.
Wow, yeah, that is a long time. And I hear that a lot from the community is that, they say, well, let's give Hospice of the Western Reserve a call. Our family members have been served by them. We had a great experience. So yeah, the community definitely knows you and loves the what you provide them and their family members.
Thank you. Should I move on the carrots too, or?
You know what? Let's dump the leeks in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So we have 1 leek in this recipe. Go ahead and dump it in there.
Okay.
And we have 1 yellow onion. So we're going to get them in here, saute them in the juice from the meat, and that's really what gives us that stew, the broth in there. And then we'll have you head on to the... So we have planned with a couple other sponsors. Go ahead.
Carrots?
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to the carrots.
That's right.
There we go.
We're going to talk and cook.
Okay.
Multitask here, you and I.
All right, sounds good.
So we have our next event that we have planned together with a couple other sponsors is our dinner with ACMC. And that is April 20...
No, that's April 17th.
April 17th.
Wednesday, April 17th. Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
So we have a couple other sponsors who are doing that with us. We're going to have a free dinner. We're going to have Cheryl Katavich from our ENT talk about allergies, talk about, you know, some people come to listen to the allergy talk, but other people just want to ask questions about different ENT problems or issues they might have. Cheryl's there. She's going to talk to you, answer a lot of those questions, and basically have dinner with the community. So it's a lot of fun. We enjoy it, and it's nice that we've partnered up before on several of these. You're
yeah. Am I good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I warned you that I'm kind of a cooking novice, so we're just taking it as we go here.
Yeah, and I told him, I said, listen, we will just have you just cut up some carrots and call it a day. But no, you're doing a really good job.
Okay,
yeah,
all right,
just slide those back a little bit and go ahead and cut up some more.
Gotcha.
You want to try it? You think a bigger knife might help?
Maybe. We'll try it. We'll
give it a go.
Yeah, we'll try it.
I love to bring people on here. Everybody's there.
Yes, much better.
Just watch the fingers.
Yeah, so we're not trying to have that, right?
So we've also partnered up and we've done our community connection fair.
Yes.
And that's in May.
Yes.
So we're going to be out there, ACMC will be out there, Hospice of the Western Reserve, with a lot of other community members. We're going to have tables right out front of our plaza here. We're just going to tell what our services are, what we offer, how we can help people in the community. And we've done that. This is our 4th year now.
4th year,
yeah.
It's a great event.
Yeah, we love it. We have giveaways. There will be a food truck out there for you to purchase some food if you're interested in coming out and purchasing some food. A lot of good stuff. So what do you have going on in your neck of the woods over there?
Yes, so coming up in May, gosh, I want to get the details right here. Saturday, May 11th, the Ashtabula County Board of Realtors is putting on a charity cake auction. And all the proceeds from that auction go to Hospice of the Western Reserve. So it's a great event. There's a lot of community members that are donating cakes, a lot of community businesses that are donating cakes. And along with those cakes, like in past years, there's been donations of gift certificates, there's been kayaks, trips, tickets to Cavs games, Guardians games.
Nice.
So it's a great event. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we have an auctioneer that comes, so it's a really, really great event.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Definitely.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
And I want to get the time on that actually first. So that's Saturday, May 11th. The entertainment begins at 10 a.m. and the cake auction begins at noon.
And they have to buy tickets for that?
They don't have to buy tickets.
You
can go. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't cost to get in. It's free to get in.
Okay, so you just come in and
correct
bid and on
and
things that you want. That sounds like a good time.
Yes, and that's at Ashtabula Town Square. The mall.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes I forget that they rent a room down there.
Yes.
You can do that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cook these onions and leeks until they're soft. And then we're going to go ahead and add the rest of all this in.
Okay.
I'm going to put just a little bit of water in there. I think I had it cooking just a little too long. So basically this Irish stew, somebody asked me if it was like a mulligan stew.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard of a mulligan stew.
Yeah, I've never heard of mulligan stew. Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's darn close. We did look it up and it had all the Irish. Every time I think of an Irish dish, I think of potatoes, onions, and carrots for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? They do a roasted carrot. They do potatoes any way you can. I said, over there in Ireland, they must have had some really fertile soil to get all of these ground crops, and they did great with carrots and potatoes.
Yeah.
So we're going to cut all of this up and get ready to put it in after this. These onions and these leeks have cooked down a little bit. So we're adding 6 carrots. They normally ask for the little round russet potatoes, and they did not have them at the store.
Okay.
So I bought those, and we're just going to cut them up to the size that we need them. Okay. We're going to put some garlic in here and just basically let it cook down. Okay. And I'm going to crush up this garlic and get it in. There's something they say that you should really crush it. Before you cut it. I guess I don't know if it's the flavor or not, but if they tell me that's what to do, that's what I do.
That's what you do.
That's what I do. If somebody said it, I do it.
I have a question for you, Allison. What's your go-to St. Patrick's Day meal?
Corned beef.
Corned beef?
Yeah,
Okay, yes.
We do the corned beef and cabbage, and then I do some kind of potato. Okay. Depending on, sometimes I'll do the roasted potato, and I do roasted carrots too. Okay. I do a glazed carrot. There you go. How about you?
I go with the corned beef as well. I like the corned beef sandwich, corned beef and Swiss. That's my go-to every year, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And what kind of bread do you use on that?
White. I don't like the wheat. Yeah.
Are you
white.
serious?
Yeah, I go white. Yes.
What happened to the Irish in you?
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I like rye. I do like pumpernickel. I do like a good corned beef sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandma actually, it's funny, we're making beef stew. I grew up with my grandma who's from Ireland, and I lived until I was 6 years old, and every year she'd make beef stew constantly. So it's something we ate a lot at the house.
Yeah. You know what? I wonder if it's because it feeds a lot of people. You
Maybe
know
that's
what I mean?
it. Maybe
Yeah,
that's it.
it's just what they did fed a
Yeah.
lot of people all at one time.
Yeah.
So we definitely celebrate St. Patty's Day. I have a dog who was born on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, really?
And his name is Finnegan.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, Finnegan. Beautiful Irish name.
Yeah. You know, I was going to call him Shenanigans or Malarkey, but with his personality, I probably should have.
Yeah. Is he a wild dog?
You know what? He's just funny. He's a class clown. He jumps around and he's always into something. Yeah. He's a little dogsy. So he's a German dog with an Irish name.
Oh, yes. There you go.
So
there you go.
All right, so let's get the potatoes cut up.
Okay. Should we put the carrots in? Is that?
Yep.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to take them off. Let me get a bowl for it.
All right.
So we have our event coming up on April 17th.
Yep.
And we are going to have that catered in. And so a lot of times we do, are we going to have a dessert table? Do you know?
That I don't think we've determined yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, still up in the air.
Yeah, normally we do a really nice catered meal. The doc comes in and talks, and everybody, all the sponsors will have a couple minutes to talk about their organization and what's going on with them.
Right.
So let's get the potatoes cut up. Yeah.
Okay.
So what is the biggest myth that you think you hear about hospice?
The biggest myth about hospice services. Well, like you said, that it's just for the final. I think the one you brought up is the best one. That it's just for the final days when we really can be in there a lot longer.
Right.
So when we go into someone's home, we have a clinical team that cares for them. So that's going to be like nurses, social workers. We have spiritual care. We have nursing aides to help with bathing and dressing. We have, in the home care setting, we have physicians who can make house calls. So we have all these different clinical care team members that go in and make sure the patient's as comfortable as possible. And the longer we're in there, the more better care we can get to know that patient and the better care we can provide for that patient.
Sure.
As well as support for the family as well, because that's a huge part of hospice too.
Huge. Yeah. It is huge. Yeah. And that's one thing that I think people don't know about is that when hospice comes in, it's care for everybody.
Absolutely.
It is care for everybody.
Definitely.
The social workers talk to the family members.
Yes. We want to let the family be family. You know, if you have a question, call us. You know, that's what we're there for. And, you know, we're also available 24/7. So it doesn't matter if it's Saturday night at 3 in the morning. You can call us and we can either talk you through whatever's going on or, you know, we can send a nurse out to the home.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Yeah, you guys do great care.
Thank
it's
you
a
so
wonderful service you provide to our community. And what does that mean that you're the only nonprofit? What does that mean?
So we're a nonprofit hospice. So there's a lot of different programs that we offer that we don't make money on. And since we're a nonprofit, we're able to do those programs because they're the right thing to do. Some examples of that would be our palliative care program. We call our palliative care program our Western Reserve Navigator program.
Okay.
So when you think of hospice care, you think of, you know, months rather than years of patients living. With palliative care, it's more of years, more chronic illnesses. So a couple examples of that would be if a patient had a cancer diagnosis and they were still receiving chemotherapy or radiation, they could come on our palliative care service called Western Reserve Navigator, and we'd have a nurse practitioner that would be able to manage those symptoms while they're getting chemo or radiation.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Another good example is someone who has COPD or CHF and they're in and out of the hospital with symptoms. Again, we have a nurse practitioner that we try to manage those symptoms and keep that patient at home rather than coming in and out of the hospital.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So now if I'm not at home and I'm in a long-term care facility or a nursing home,
Yes.
would you help us out there?
Absolutely. We care for the patient no matter where they're living. So obviously we see patients with you guys at ACMC in nursing homes, assisted livings, group homes, and then obviously their houses as well. So wherever that patient is, we're going to go see them.
Yeah. And that to me is nice because if I have a loved one who's in a long-term care facility and they need that extra help
Yes.
to provide the nursing home with extra help for them, they're getting that bonus. It's bonus care.
It's extra care, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And like we said before, it's also support for that family as well.
Sure. Well, I think that our meat is done. I mean, our onions are done. I'm looking at the meat here. So we're going to go ahead and grab that beef broth that you have there. If you want to open it and slowly dump the whole thing in there.
Sure.
And I'm going to put the garlic that I cut up in.
Okay. So the whole thing?
The whole thing.
All right.
So dump it all in there. And I'll take that and we'll throw it away.
There you go.
And we will get our carrots dumped in.
Okay.
Slowly but surely. And we're going to turn this up and let it cook for a little while. And we let it cook for a little bit and then it cooks and simmers down and then we will get our get this put in the oven.
Okay.
And then after we cook it for it's quite a while, actually. That's what makes it so good when you cook it down and everything cooks together.
Yeah.
I think we're actually supposed to cook it for, it might be 2 hours if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to cook it for 2 hours in the oven and we're going to pull it out and we're going to put all of our potatoes in and then we're going to put it back in the oven for about a half an hour. We're not going to keep them that long.
Right.
We've magically already had this made and we're going to show it to you and we're going to give it a try here. We'll shove our potatoes on here.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead and get our cabbage. We're going to do a sauteed cabbage. And I'm going to get my garlic in here. Lots of garlic. Garlic. Oh, yeah, now that I think about it, all these, well, it's with the exception of the leek, all of this cooks in the ground. Potatoes are in ground, your carrots are in ground, your garlic's in ground.
There you go.
Yeah. They must really have good soil over there in Ireland.
Yeah. I've actually been to Ireland twice, too.
Have you?
Yes, it's absolutely beautiful.
On my bucket list.
Is it? Okay.
It's on my bucket list,
Yeah.
So with this, we're going to put this back here and let it cook.
Okay.
On our other burner back here. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our cabbage, sauteed cabbage. That's another big Irish cabbage. Yeah. Corned beef and cabbage.
When I was over there, it was always soup. They used to have the same soup everywhere. It was like a brothy soup at every restaurant you went to.
Do you know what it was?
I don't.
It might have been the mulligan.
Maybe it is.
Maybe there's the mulligan soup.
The last time I was there was 17 years ago, so it was quite a while.
And it had potatoes and carrots.
Potatoes, all that. All that. Yeah.
All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this chopped up. I'm going to start with, I'll give you half of this and we can just chop it up.
Okay.
Let's see how this knife works for me. And if I can leave with my fingers, we'll be doing well.
That's the goal, right?
That is the goal. But you know what, though? If I have an accident, I know a good doctor.
Hey, that's true. You're right here.
I know a couple of them.
You're right here. Yes.
A lot of people don't know. I don't know if we've ever said that when we're cooking here, we're in the back of Premier Fitness.
Okay.
And I know that June and I take turns doing the Wellness Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So they've seen June and her team here from Premier Fitness, but a lot of people don't know where we're actually cooking at. They think we're somewhere in the hospital.
A mystery location.
It is a mystery location. We're afraid that if we tell people, they'll see this great food and then they'll all come running.
They'll be taking it.
Into the food. So I think I have been in the business development for over 6 years now. So we've been kind of working together and collaborating. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're just going to cut this down. Some people like their cabbage in long strips.
Okay.
I actually prefer mine in little chunks when we eat it.
Okay.
So it depends on how you want to cut it up. So I just kind of cut it like this. And
I was just winging it. So.
You know what? So far you've kept all your fingers.
Yes, that's
you're
true.
Doing
that's
well.
the goal, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
All right. So we're going to throw this in. I got this a little too hot.
So I also
Definitely
with
makes
my
sense. Yep, go ahead and chunk it up a little bit
more.
smaller.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha. Okay.
And we're gonna just fry it in here.
Okay.
And this is pretty simple. We just cut it up, put some seasoning in, and let it cook down, and then there's our cabbage.
Okay.
So some people like to do the cabbage with their soup or their stew, because they like to put it on it or in it, however you want to eat it. Some people just do it on the side, but I figured if we're going to do the Irish stew, we have to have the cabbage because it just goes.
I personally am not a cabbage person. Are you?
I love.
You love it? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a
Gotcha.
cabbage person.
Gotcha.
So John, from business development, who's filming for us, he found the Irish stew recipe.
Oh, okay.
And then June from Premier Fitness found the cabbage recipe.
Oh, okay.
So we just put them both together and said, let's do it.
Yeah.
It's good Irish fare.
There you go.
All right,
there you
let's
go.
get this and stir this up a little bit.
Right.
And then if you don't mind, I'm just going to have you grab those onions and add them in.
Sure, absolutely.
The whole thing. So we got about 1 yellow onion. And then 2 tablespoons of butter.
Okay. Stick it there.
Yeah.
Get that out of there.
Maybe.
There we go. Teamwork.
That's right. And so we're going to let that butter melt up a little bit. And so we also have a couple herbs here, which, let me see if I can get up here. We did our garlic.
Okay.
Which I think is on here that we have to cut up.
Oh.
Cut that up. So we're going to do garlic, 2 cloves of garlic, the coriander and dill is in here. That's coriander and dill.
Okay.
And then we have apple cider vinegar. I eat cabbage like this. I've never put apple cider vinegar in.
Oh.
I've always put in a Worcestershire.
Okay.
So this is new for me. So we'll give it a shot.
All right.
So I'm going to cut up this garlic clove. This is a big one, so we're going to do 1 instead of the 2. Maybe. So get this chopped up. So we've got a lot of things going on.
Yes.
In the community, we've got a lot. You've partnered up with Intrepid.
Yes. So for the April event, we're partnering up with Ashtabula County Nursing Home, Intrepid Home Healthcare, and Cornerstone Caregiving.
Yes.
Yes.
So we will be at the Ashtabula County Nursing Home. They allow us to use their hall, and we bring in people from the community. That's who's going to be at the event talking with Cheryl, our nurse practitioner. So we're going to be there listening and talking with Cheryl. And everybody has sponsored the food and the beverages and all that good stuff. Yeah. Yep. We always have a nice time.
Definitely.
I have a lot of people in the community that call me and say, when are you going to start that up, and who's partnered? Yeah. So we just
usually there's a waiting list too, right?
There is a waiting list, yeah. So we just started advertising yesterday.
Yeah, we just got the flyer out.
And we have about 25 people already signed up.
That's what I mean. It goes quick,
It does go quick, yeah. They love to come in and get the information and hear what the physicians or the nurse practitioners have to say, how they can get better health care. Sometimes people come in and ask how you can help them and their family.
Definitely. And
how we can do that. And that's why we sponsor it. So the community knows we're there for you, we're there for your family. Right. We're there to answer any questions that you have.
There's resources out there.
Yes, absolutely. And that I think too, at the Community Connection Fair out here, a lot of people come if they don't feel comfortable asking in that kind of setting. Yeah. We meet you where you are. Yeah, any way we can. Any way we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to let this cook down. Let me get my apple cider vinegar in here that we've never had before. I'm excited to try it. And then our seasoning. And we're going to, honestly, you just let this cook until it wilts down to the texture that you like your cabbage. Some people still like a little bit of a crispy cabbage. I prefer mine cooked down. So we just put a lid on this and we just let it simmer and cook. But in the meantime, as I've made a big mess here, what I'm going to do is we're going to open up the microwave. Okay. And we're going to pull out. I know. I brought my grandmother's old Fiesta bowl. There is our Irish stew. So we're gonna, would you like to taste it?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, let's give it a go. I'm gonna give it that
All
bowl.
right.
I have a little spoon here. There it is.
All right. Do we have little spoons? There we go.
Do.
Okay.
I usually have them out, but
All right.
so we're gonna give it a go.
Okay.
June,
Sure.
as you're scooping that up, June from Premier Fitness, who I was talking about earlier, she, her and I rotate the Wellness Kitchen. She wanted to come in and talk about some wonderful things that they have going on
Hi, June.
here.
I have to say, I did not bring my lunch on purpose today, and I could smell this from, just coming in through because we're in the back of Premier, so I could actually smell it as I was walking in. It smelled so good.
Yeah,
Yes,
it is.
lovely.
You can't go wrong with some Irish food,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, it looks delicious. Yeah, I just want to mention a couple events here at Premier that we're going to have. March 12th, which is next week. That's Tuesday, noon to 1. We're having a lunch and learn here.
Okay.
And that is open to the public. It's a free event. We have a healthy snacks. Next week is Sleep Awareness Week.
Mhm.
And everybody knows, that's one of the most important things.
Yes.
For your health is to get enough sleep. So we have
One of the most challenging things too. I
it
think.
is hard. It is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard. So we have someone from our sleep clinic, Susan Billick, and she's going to be doing our lunch and learn.
She's fantastic.
Yeah, so I
Susan's
definitely
fantastic.
recommend. We will be videoing it as well, so you can watch it later on
Oh,
YouTube
good.
or Facebook. But if you want to come in, it's a free event. Have some healthy snacks, so that's great. And then Lori Gilhausen, she's going to be doing us 2 different talks on It's called Pre-Diabetes, Lower Your Risk Now. So those are free events open to the public. It's going to be Tuesday, March 12th at 5:30 p.m. or Saturday, March 16th, 10:30 to 11:30.
Hey, all right. Got some good things.
Yes. And by the way, this is excellent. It's very
Good,
good. Very
good.
Yes.
June,
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna. Would you like some more?
That's
please?
a lot, but I'll just take the whole bowl of my
Yeah,
glass.
it's really good. It's really good.
Good. We try not to make anything too terribly hard, and I think really the hardest thing with this is just cutting up the vegetables.
Yeah.
Other than that, this just needs to cook down for a little bit. That's going to
Very
cook
good.
for about 2 hours. You can actually put it in the oven or keep it on the stovetop, whatever you want. Just let it cook down and then add your potatoes after about 2 hours, and then put it back on for another half an hour until
That's good.
this is the consistency that you like of potatoes.
Yeah.
And normally everybody's like, well, I need a time. These things are however you like it.
Yeah.
If you like a little bit of a harder potato, take it off sooner. If you like a softer potato, leave it in, just like your cabbage. So we're gonna let these cook down. Is there anything else that you wanted to get out about hospice?
I don't think so. Just
We
thank
kinda
you.
covered it,
Yeah, we
yeah.
covered a lot, and thank you so much for having me today.
Well, thanks for
Absolutely.
what you do for the
Mhm.
community. Thanks
Oh,
for
thank
the
you.
services that you offer.
Oh,
You're
thank
you're very, very needed for families and the people in our community.
Thank you so much.
We hope that if you're interested in our April 17th event, we will both be out there to ask questions, answer questions. I'm sorry, not ask. We can ask some questions too. But to answer any questions that you might have, come out and have a great dinner. It's free. We're going to have a nice dinner for you to come out. Please give us a call at 997-6555 if you're interested in attending. And just leave your information there and somebody will give you a call back. It's 997-6555. We hope to see you there. Thank you guys so much, and let's eat and enjoy our lunch.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Thank you.
All right, perfect.